Hello YouTube, today we are watching Grim Kleaper with his video about I conquered a planet with serfdom. What does it mean? I don't know, but I really want to know what is going on in here. 3, 2, 1 and go.
You have been drafted. No, not into the military, but into a civilian labor force. In front of the military. Thousands of you will run headfirst into the enemy.
Another conquest of Elysium. Oh, about the conquest of Elysium. Last video from the Reggie, it went pretty well, so I have hopes about Grim Kleaper video. And what disaster we will see today. What kind of nations will be added to this game with the mods? We will see.
But at least the government offers to pay for your funeral costs. Of course, this is done by firing an artillery shell directly at you from 8 miles away.
Sweet.
You, 50 of your friends, and maybe, just maybe, an enemy are instantly obliterated. The battle is won at the low cost of 1,515 soldiers. Ladies and gentlemen, that is modded Conquest of Elysium, a game that is already insanely chaotic, that I have now crammed full of modded Tyranids, Chaos Marines, Dragon Cultists, Skaven, Necromancers, Demonic Train Engines, and more. All of which.
So again, coming back to the Warhammer world of mix at the same time fantasy and 4K, but themes this time from the Grim Kleaper. Also, Grim Kleaper can do so much chaos. We'll see about that. I have a lot of hope about that.
We will be fighting as the Imperial Guard. This recording took several attempts to do, and you will find out why.
Welcome back to
Conquest of Elysium 5, and as you might already see on the right side of my screen, I have a lot of mods. Wait, that's not one of my mods. That's the sponsor of this video, Zen.
Okay. Okay, this is maybe not a level of Reggie, but still was pretty good transition. Oh my sweet lord. No, good. That was good one.
Zone 0! Imagine the city of London, except we replaced everyone with hot waifus and robo-twinks. Then we add in an absolutely banger soundtrack, in-depth combat with ridiculous combos, and throw in a cyberpunk theme just because. It has extremely high-quality animated storytelling, lots of post-apocalyptic urban fantasy lore, and a diverse roster of characters. Now, a lot of the promotional material is in Mandarin, so let me translate for you. Hey guys, it's me, John Zenless Zero. We've dropped another maid skin with even better physics this time. There's even
with more lore,
Bang Boos, a Honkai Star Rail crossover, and a whole bunch of other changes for returning players. The game just recently got updated with new characters like Ramil the Void Hunter, a first-generation Void Hunter, making her the strongest waifu in the game. There are new cosmetics and a new endless extraction mode called Enigma of the Labyrinth.
What?
Operation Bagel. The game is on PC, consoles, and mobile with its 2nd anniversary coming up. Download and get a list of free rewards, skins, 1,600 polychromes currency, and an S-tier agent, an S-tier W engine, and 20 character pulls, plus use the code in the video's description. Remember, the longer you delay, the longer your future anime wife waits. And you remember what happened last time she got...
What? Boxer Rebellion. For the rock band from London, the Boxer Rebellion band. Also no, movement... Intion movement, rational Chinese, okay. It's anti-foreign, anti-imperialist, and anti-Christian uprising in North China between 1899 and 1901 towards the end of Qing dynasty. But it is a society of writers and harmonious fists. The members were known as the Boxers in English, owning the many of them participating in Chinese martial arts, which at the time were referred as the Chinese boxing. It was defeated by the 8th National Alliance of Foreign Powers. Oh my sweet lord. Besides, would you like me to play a little bit of Zenless Zone Zero? Just asking. No reason.
Impatient. Sponsor over, Back to the video. We are going to play as an Imperial Governor, fighting every single modded nation I could
Imperial
find.
Governor.
Our Imperial Governor's name is the esteemed Florpus. And here we are. We have arrived on this planet somewhat accidentally, mostly because we are actually currently located on a shipwreckage. The Imperial Governor was apparently en route to quiet a small, quiet agri-world, and we landed on a world with Nagash, every Chaos faction, random dragon worshippers, many undead, and a whole lot of other stuff. So
what
Mr.
are you?
Florpus,
The last
luck.
one.
Fortunately,
Who are you?
We have with us our two best friends, which is Donatus and Galbulus. This guy is just a gigantic Magos survivor. He is considerably larger than anybody else. To try and impress upon you how bad things are right now, our best unit currently is a regular Imperial Guardsman. So let's start exploring around.
Okay, but we remember the Guardsman. It's pretty broken on the very beginning. Okay, maybe not the very beginning, but when you have like 1,000 upon 1,000 of them, it becomes a pretty broken unit, because I think it's the cheapest unit. So yeah, it might be a little broken later in the game.
The map with our acolytes, see if we can actually find something good. I think we can actually siege this immediately. Although to do so, I am also going to bring over my Magos survivor, and I think he is going to provide a lot, considering he has a lot of attacks. As a matter of fact, that is quite the commonality in this Imperium mod, where everything seems to attack very often. The other thing that we want to immediately do is move a little bit in this direction, and then use Resettle Crash Survivors. So this is going to give us our first actual base of operations. Our shipwreckage does not really provide us a lot of...
You can make a settle? Because I remember that I had a lot of problems, not a little, a lot of problems with Evolution 5, and to get enough money from the town, villages, whatever you call it. And I remember that to keep them under your control. But if you are able to just create ones, you're just destroying this hard part where you need to control everything. You just create for your own. If I'm thinking correctly, of course.
Except for that red stuff, which is ostensibly named sacrifices. It doesn't actually stand for sacrifices, it means laborers, which we're going to sacrifice to do things, but that's not important. I'll go ahead and end the turn, and we can see if our guys are...
But the same sacrifices, I think, have demonologists. It's the very same thing.
Able to successfully take out the tower, and if they can't, I'm ending the video right now. I really hope we don't lose any guardsmen, and no, all we do is completely wait, did we just convert them? Wait a minute. Oh my god, wait, we now have a High Lord. I totally forgot my surviving acolyte has mass conversion and greater banishment? Wait, that's actually crazy. Unfortunately, one of our guardsmen now has a chest wound, which, you know, we only have 4 guardsmen, and they make up like 90% of our power currently, so that's not very good. But for the time being, we basically just want to explore around, look for any loot we can find, see if our Magos survivor is able to just basically stamp you. Whoa, I should not have gone down. And already we have found the first enemy faction, which is the Tomb Princes. I think this is, yeah, this is the Tomb Prince himself. I don't know why he's just standing out here on his own.
Wait a minute. In that case, you could just attack him and destroy his faction. No, there's a second in command. But destroying the main character is always hurtful. So I will consider for you that Kleaper that this would be probably a good idea.
Really have to hope that they don't attack. Oh, they didn't. Wait, that's amazing. Wait a minute, I was actually attacked? Oh my goodness, these bandits saved my life. Unfortunately, they were not able to save theirs because the Magos survivor is just going to completely tear them limb from limb. The same thing that he did to the original garrison here, which was vaporize most of them. And then there's just this random lion, which we also vaporized. I don't know why they decided to put their Tomb Prince up here. I think it's because he's actually immortal, so he will just come back as soon as I kill him. Oh, well, he'll come back later. So I'm actually
Never
going to
mind
take
with
Florpus
my
right now. We're going to grab
idea.
a bunch of our free spawn regional peacekeepers. These guys are a little stupid. To be precise, they're actually semi-stupid. This means that they're going to just autonomously wander around because they get spawned by our peacekeeper patrol captain up here, but we can collect them and actually use them for an army. But if we don't, they will inevitably wander around right into the maws of like some ancient eldritch god and die. Anyways, let's go kill this guy. Honestly, my Mego survivor is just gonna run for his life right now. I think we're gonna run back to here and draft 5 tithe laborers and then grab them into my army. Interestingly, the Mechanicus guys do actually have a negative leadership buff because it turns out they're not very good leaders. They just kind of point in a direction and say, go die, which is not particularly assuring to our tithe laborers, even though they know that no matter who the commander was, that was probably gonna happen anyways. The mighty Tomb Prince shot to pieces instantly. The only thing he did was cast a single confusion spell and then died. Art. In the top left are our main resources. We have money, iron for production. We have trade, which we can use to trade for any of these resources. And then we have relics and sacrifices, which are both unique to our faction. Sacrifices just allow us to levy more laborers, and relics we use for some of the more elite units. I'm probably just going to start buying sacrifices right now because I need more laborers with our trade. Our early armies are pretty much just going to be giant swaths of tithe laborers and then colonial era peacekeepers that have muskets. Maybe the occasional guardsman here and there, but probably not. I'm not really sure why the Nehekaran guys are just standing here idly, but I think I have enough soldiers to just take on their main...
He stands there in fear. He don't know what to do, where to go. Because, well, from what I think, Kleaper will use a human wave tactic. And the Tompkins will also use quote-unquote human wave tactics. Where is going with this thinking? I don't know. Never mind.
Army, and I assume they started like right down here, so we can probably wipe them out really fast. All right, Mego Survivor, you're pretty much gonna have to carry this one on your own. And okay, yes, he did exactly that. Did we take any casualties? No. For us as the Imperial Governor, taking any kind of hamlet or tower or basically anything at all is extremely important for us because our economy functions a little differently from everyone else's. We are a gigantic bureaucracy. Aha, okay, so there's the Great Pyramid. It's gonna have these starting ballista towers, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't think we can attack this right now. This is probably way too hard, but as long as we keep them in this bottom corner, we should be okay. In the meantime, my Magos has the tall task of destroying these 3 giant snails. Oh, we just got attacked by a giant army. Oh, no, we didn't get attacked. We killed the Tomb Prince, and then he got on his chariot. Dang. Wait, he managed to sway a giant mantis. That's like beating up Mark Zuckerberg, and then he shows up to your house a day later in like a Porsche with a genetically engineered giant mantis to eat you. Also, speaking of giant animals, it looks like the population of this farm is about to get eaten by a giant crab, which is kind of interesting that this is probably the least horrific fate of any Imperial citizen. For the average soldier in the Imperium, I think living on Elysium is like Tuesday. So, ladies and gentlemen...
What did I say? What the words did I use? For the Imperium and just being annihilated, reduced to atoms, destroyed to pieces, and like destroyed piece by piece. It's just a normal Tuesday. There's nothing in that. Nothing wrong. I mean, there's a lot of wrong things, but this is a normal thing that nobody care, I think.
But it's time I introduce you to the most important mechanic in our entire game. In Conquest of Elysium, most factions have access to rituals, and so we could use special units to cast one of these many rituals the Governor has, and the most insanely good one is this. spawning a scribe. And I am going to follow up this scribe by appointing a
single
mayoral
scribe
official. And this guy is just going to be a stationary bureaucrat that will boost the income of the place he's on. The other most powerful thing he has is the ability to continuously draft people every so often. So he can do all of his own actions, and he also has what is called a limited gold bonus. So this basically means that he can produce up to 2 extra gold a month, but it can't double the current income of the tile. So this coastal hamlet can only make 4 gold maximum at any given point. So we can't just put 900 mayors or bureaucrats on one spot and win. What this does mean is that we want to build as much stuff as possible, not for the actual buildings, but so we can jam armies of bureaucrats into them to make more money. In the meantime,
It's like you don't even have to play white. You just take 2 or 3 villages, spam those bureaucrats, and make a ton of money. Why do you need Capitolium, when you have simple village that will give you even more because of one silly guy? It's possible. It is possible.
I'm of course going to put him on repeat ritual, and he's just going to continuously cast Colonial Tithe, which is just going to keep drafting people essentially. Holy crap, that is a ton of pygmies, and the only units wait a minute. Okay, good, we only lost laborers. Whew. Wow, this is the first fight that our Magos has actually taken any real damage. Unfortunately, the Magos actually has, I think, quick healing, so any damage, he's just going to immediately heal back. We do only have one of these guys. We cannot get another, so if he dies, we're basically completely cooked. I also feel kind of bad because I'm basically just spawn camping this Nehikaran Tomb Prince. He keeps respawning every single turn, and we just keep beating him to death every single turn. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? So you like building pyramids, don't you? Oh my god, look at that. He's already back. Wait, he's actually got an injury now. He's got battle fright. Oh, that's beautiful. We're just traumatizing the poor guy.
I wonder why. He's traumatized. Kleaper, tell me, because I don't know. I suspect something. Why he have battle fright? Maybe you destroy him every round, in every few turns. You're just going there, destroy this guy, go away, and in the very moment he will come back, because he's immortal, you're coming back to him to kick his ass again. Very possible.
So now that we have 100 gold, we can do one of the most important things in our entire ritual tree, which is to appoint a Munitorium Prefect. This guy is basically going to act as our second in command, sort of, and he is going to gain access to most of the same rituals that our Imperial Governor has, except now he can do more stuff with actual military. The other ability that they both share is if they are on a citadel, they can turn these handy-dandy sacrifices into a gigantic army of laborers.
Oh my...
of our tree here, you can see that some of these things require what is called expendables. Don't worry about that.
Expendables. Oh no. Oh no.
Which we can then use to build or convert into work camps. These are basically just more productive farms. They're going to generate us 1 sacrifice, 1 iron, 1 gold, and we can boost that just by having some bureaucrats there. So if I bring this guy over, then I appoint 1 scribe. This scribe can now just basically be stationed here, and his sole purpose in life is to just administer this camp and make us more money. Oh, there he goes. My god, it's the Battle of Titans. Unfortunately, my Titan is not a chud. Also, it's that time of the day again where we just obliterated him. Did he get any new battle afflict? Oh my god. Is battle fright a death wish? Wait, that doesn't even make sense. And
wait. What? Excuse me?
God, he has battle fright.
Placement rank is 1 step further towards the front, and the unit will deploy further towards the front than his HP would otherwise indicate. Yes, it doesn't make sense as he's immortal. He will just die faster. No big deal.
death wish. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. And temporary insanity.
Temporary insanity. This unit will not. Because he wasn't moving fast enough, he were destroyed. Now he can't move anyway. At least temporary, because he can move. But he won't.
Oh my god. Alright, so we're just gonna press 50 more people into existence and just take those units, come down here, and build another work camp. Our goal right now is to turn basically this whole area into a gigantic set of cities and industry for taxes and iron. Alright, I think we've left these guys suffering for long enough, so let's just go in and see if we
Finally.
Fortunately, we have more men than they have ballista shots, so these ballistas are going to take out a lot of tied laborers, and then we're gonna advance. Oh no, they're putting the laborers to sleep. That's probably the nicest thing they could do to them, to be honest. As you might have noticed, our faction does not really have access to a ton of magic. We do get some in the form of the Imperium stuff. Some of the more, like this guy, for example, is our surviving acolyte. He actually has magic, but otherwise we are functioning mostly on guns and laborers. Oh, we did lose 2 of our guardsmen there, which is actually really bad. Those guardsmen are like a ton of our power levels, but we did at least kill the Nehekara guys, so we are going to be able to take this entire area without being contested, except for, of course, Maurice the giant crab. We now also have enough money to appoint an administratum dude over here, who is basically, again, going to function as another sort of version of our governor. Ooh, that is really lucky. It's a pirate port. I think we could just walk in and annihilate it with our guy. 6 pirates versus Adeptus Mechanicus, whom, wait a minute, doesn't he have the ability to, yes, he's giant, so he can actually just climb the walls if he wants to. It's funny, every time I end the turn, because there's so many modded factions, each turn end is like 20 seconds, when in normal Elysium, it's like 5. Custom events, custom events, custom events, custom events. And it's only gonna get worse. You see, I mentioned that this recording took a few tries, and there's a reason for that. Some of these factions are completely busted in the early game. The AI scales way faster than they should, spawning demon princes that are immune to most effects, plus immortal, because, you know, why not? So my solution to this was to just make a bigger map. Normally, the largest maps are 80 by 60. I generated a custom map that was 100 by 100.
Excuse me? Oh. Enormous map is really enormous. So creating even bigger map, it, well, might be a problem. A big problem.
Was a very, very bad decision. I do have to feel bad for the local wildlife at some point. The wild Adeptus Mechanicus guy just continuously doomslayers his way through everything. He's gonna go kill these crows. As you can kind of see already, my income is getting up relatively high for, we're not even past year 1 in the game, which is kind of crazy. Each and every one of these mayors can levy individually, so we're gonna get a ton of manpower from levying from them. Then we're gonna get more gold from them, and then we're gonna use that for more laborers and more cities, and so on and so on and so forth. What I do need to do, though, is get my Adeptus Mechanicus guy back to the capital at some point, because he has a special power, which is called Rally the Adeptus Mechanicus. This is going to unlock basically most of our actually good machinery, and he can only cast it right here on the shipwreck. Right here on the shipwreck. Wait, right here on the shipwreckage. Good job, Kane. You have eyes.
Third time is a charm. No worries. All people can always forget. Where is your main, like, city, capital, whatever? No big deal.
Other 50 laborers, thank you very much. I am kind of wondering what's going to happen when I eventually have like a sacrifice income of 100 or 200. Does that just mean I'm going to be getting 200 chaff units every single turn? Frightening, to say the least. I am going to start walking my Mechanicus guy back, though, so we can try to awaken or rally the Adeptus Mechanicus, because most of our power is not from most of the stuff right here. Instead, it is because our Mechanicus units can not only construct vehicles, but they can construct weapon teams. So they can make mortars, they can make auto stubbers, they can make chimera that are automatically going to transport free guardsmen every turn, and a whole lot more. Nagash's power grows, the world trembles in his presence. That's probably a bad thing.
Nagash? So Nagash is a different faction than at the Tomb Priestess? Well, make a little sense, but still.
I don't know where this Nagash fella is, but he's probably Actually, I'm probably gonna need to make some ships to try and sail up, down, all around to see which direction is the main continent. Because we were in, like, the Florida of Elysium. Mr. Magos Survivor is finally back, so I should be able to move him in and...
Well, it's a very good place because other units also need to go through water, and at the very beginning, at least you are somehow protected by that. Because they can only go by land. So you are protected for some time.
Then rally the adept. I don't have enough money. Give me one turn. You know, I'm like the Imperium. Can't I just take out a $3 loan or something? Instead, I'm just going to have to sell my iron, or even better yet, I can sell my precious relics for money. Now, we can go ahead and rally the adept. What? Please, move Florpus right here, and now we can sacrifice 4 dudes
You are
in
not
order
allowed.
to do this. Thank you. So that is going to turn our Magos Survivor into the Forge Lord. So he's going to get 4 actions every single turn. He gets access to a whole bunch of new stuff. And most importantly, if we hover over what was our capital, Shipwreck, it is now a Mechanicus Shrine, which produces like 1 billion resources.
What the hell? What is this mega city? What the... Okay, I'm totally fine.
Also, this dude increases the income of all Iron faction-wide by 25%.
Oh, cool.
He's pretty dang good. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, and also I think he just got like a whole bunch more attacks. I'm not really sure. He's already got 80 kills. We're finally getting to some of the more difficult battles as far as actually claiming some resources. Oh, I don't know how many of our basic enlisted we're going to lose, or our tied laborers. We lost 7. Huh, I thought it was going to be more than that. Also, we found a random meteor up here, which is actually kind of important information because you can see it's green under it. So this is most likely mainland, which means the mainland is most likely somewhere up here. So our Mechanicus Shrine produces 10 gold and 10 iron, and you know what that means. Time to cram a mayor and 1 billion Munitorium scribes in this thing. Ooh, okay, it looks like we found another Ricarded. No, that's not the word. Ricared. I think if I check the player list, it is a Sturgoy vampire. That shouldn't be too bad. I mean, we already blew up the last Tomb King, so this one probably shouldn't be that bad. You know, I'm not gonna lie, guys, this giant crab has actually been protecting my settlements from these raiders over here. It just keeps kind of wandering along the shore. This is the crab zone. We don't touch this part of the savannah. We respect crabs in this climate. Man, I love crabs. God, I wish I had crabs. My acolyte is pretty far
We'll
from
see in
where
the
he
future.
should be. Ooh, a bunch of Morngul and a lot of Graveguard. This is his capital, but I don't think we beat that very easily. So actually, I'm gonna start backing up. Unfortunately, it took my Magos guy, I think 18 turns to use the Rally the Mechanicus, or 18 actions, so like 6 turns. So we're kind of just waiting until he can actually get going, and then he can start building us machine dudes, and then those machine guys can build machines. Machines building machines. However, this does come with a little bit of a problem, and I'm going to show you that problem by building a preach. Okay, well, the problem is not that I don't have enough resources. So if I go and recruit a preacher on provinces that are specifically hills or coal mines, we can use that preacher to then construct an imperial shrine. Blessed units now receive increased morale. So if I go into units like my acolyte over here, you can see that his blessed effect now gives him 2 morale. We can get more blessings and we can get stronger effects, but the most important thing is if I head over to my machine guy, he doesn't have that kind of blessing. He has a dark blessing. The dark blessing is going to get +2, but that's because I have a Mechanicus Shrine right here. The Mechanicus Shrine and the Imperial Shrines are not the same faction, and the religious hierarchy and the Mechanicus, they don't really like each other. The Mechanicus kind of remind me of an interaction I had with my girlfriend like 2 days ago, where she called me in the middle of while I was recording to tell me that on her Spotify playlist, the AM speech about hate showed up on Spotify in musical form. I'm not kidding, it's actually on Spotify.
Wait, what? Hate. Let me tell you how much hate since I began to live. There are miles of printed secrets of water in thin layers fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nano angstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant. For you, hate. Nani? This is a real life thing? Oh.
And the only reason she recognized it was because I have both memorized and recited that entire speech to her word for word multiple times. Anyways, what gets even worse is that if we go into our Mechanicus tree, we have one of our final rites, which is anoint shrine to the machine. There's a limit as to what can be done with the shrine, but without silencing the ecclesiarchy, the religious dudes, it is impossible to convert the general population of Elysium. So we would basically have to kill all of our preachers and acolytes if we wanted to convert the plane to the machine god. And if you thought that those were the only two paths, you would be wrong, because we also have a third path in the form of the Imperial bases over here, or bastions, which is the main Astra Militarum where we are training guardsmen. Yes, this mod is that in depth. Alatu, the Lamian sister, has been eliminated. The last citadel was conquered by Anki, the aspiring sword. Wait a minute, Anki? Isn't that one of the dudes from Fear and Hunger? Anyways, I only know that because I saw the 10-hour-long Pyrocynical video, which reminds me to say that the next main channel video is going to be out this week. The biggest thing we want to do right now, though, is appoint
another video from Grim
Kleaper, anoint an engine seer, because he is going to give us the ability to start also producing more dudes through here. We can construct manufactoriums, we can build shock troopers, and these guys are really good. And I'm also just going to pyramid scheme down and anoint a rune priest that I don't have enough relics to go out. Instead, we're going to start preparing
something is missing, always.
And these guys are basically going to be one of our big backline units because they've got insane damage. You could see in a single turn they fire 10 different shots since each one has burst and 20 range. It is nice that we have a dedicated ability to destroy all of these forces because we really don't need them anymore. All they are is 10 gold and 5 iron for 6 actions, which is honestly kind of nothing, so we're kind of just gonna bulldoze most of this and turn it into tents. Wait, even my rune priests have this ability? I totally forgot. All of my Mechanicus units have tunneling. So that means that they can tunnel downwards at any time. I am wondering if we could use that to try and settle cities in the underlayer. I think it's...
So again, we'll go to the hell. Again.
Called Agartha. The other absolutely insane thing we can do is build a forge annex. We can build any of these 4 things as long as they are next to a Mechanicus shrine. Actually, I'm mistaken. They can also be near a manufactorium complex. So we can basically build massive industrial rigs everywhere with the Mechanicus. So I am going to immediately do that because this is going to give us 6 relic income. Holy crap. All the while, I'm just going to set this guy on a repeat ritual for making stubbers so we can just have a ton of weapon teams produced here. Also, finally, we can reliably recruit guardsmen. Okay, why now? We can recruit
always missing resources. If not gold, resources. If not resources, relics. If not relics, expendables.
So we actually have to turn peacekeepers into guardsmen, but then we can also have them led by... I'll probably hire both a scout as well as a commissar. Then we can have our Forge Lord turn those guys into shock troopers. So now these guys are 16 hit points. They have tons of different resistances to everything. Wait, they use both stubbers and las guns? Oh, that's actually crazy. And they have 8 strength, which is actually more than our Forge Lord somehow. Ooh, I did also put my acolyte in a boat up here, and I sent him off up this area. It looks like we finally found some land. I was kind of going in the direction of this crater. This might be on the mainland, actually. And if you're wondering, yes, you can in fact cross this area with a boat. Sometimes Conquest of Elysium's map is not as informative as it could be. A wealthy merchant from the land across the sea is traveling through the country. He has recently come ashore in Whitewater. One of my favorite things about this game is that whenever that event comes up, you think, oh yeah, I can go trade with the merchant. And then you move your units to him and you realize that you start fighting and that your goal is not to actually trade with him, but beat him to death and steal his trinkets. Like I was going to do that anyway, but you know, I could have gotten an option first. Okay, now I know this might sound like a little bit of heresy because we're supposed to be worshiping the Emperor of Mankind, but what if the Emperor was actually this giant crab? I decided that this is now the Maurice zone and he can just kind of take whatever he wants over here as he protects our land valiantly valiantly from the sea dragon over here. Something else I believe
Crabs
I can do
protecting
finally
from sea
is we
sea
can get our
dragon.
very first, there we go, an Imperial Bastion. This is going to function as somewhere that we can actually recruit units, and I believe we can also add, oh my god, we can muster squads of 40 guardsmen at a time. That's kind of insane. We can make gunships, support ships, deliver several strafing runs at the start of battle before retreating to return to the Imperial landing pad to rearm. Wait, that's awesome. Also, it looks like we're gonna have to engage in like our first combat with our actual units. Our front line is shock troopers and tide
may be hard.
laborers. So wait, the commissar starts in the front? Oh, he's gonna die instantly. Also, this is one of the first times our army is going up against some real levels of magic. It's a level 2 pyromancer with a bloodstone ring plus 10 HP. Wait, that's actually crazy on a spellcaster. Oh my god, he just burned everyone.
Oof.
Please tell me we survived that. Okay, by random scrap die, but you know, he could be replaced for literally one relic. As for the entire gigantic, wait a minute, what was that? Oh, that's right, my guardsmen scouts have assassination attempts, so they can attack the back line immediately from the start. These guys are all ethereal. Oh, that's okay, that's gonna be a big problem. That means the Morghuls are dodging 75% of all the attacks that we throw at them, and I mean, we're doing a lot of damage to them. Oh my god, they're just trampling. Please, all of my shocktroopers are already dead. That was literally like 6 seconds. The gunners are able to do a lot of damage to the graveyard. All of my front line just died. All the chaff are already dead. The auto stubbers are doing everything they can right now. Honestly, they're probably doing most of the damage. I think we're gonna be able to win this, but the casualties we've taken are kind of ridiculous. These graveyard have almost no armor, actually, but it looks like we were able to do it. We lost 33 laborers, 7 peacekeepers. Wait, what? We only lost 1 shock trooper? What happened to all the other guys? Hold on, I'm just gonna quickly rewatch this for a second. What actually happened here? I think the Morghuls like threw them into the back line, which is actually a good thing. Anyways, also my commissar by some actual miracle survived, and now he has a path boost to pyromancy. I don't think that's gonna do anything, I'm not gonna lie. I'll admit, I did not realize how exponential our economy was gonna start to get, because now that we've got just a little bit of Mechanica stuff, this is producing already, this one area, 24 relics every single turn, which is more than half of our whole income. And now I can come over here and we're gonna build an armory right here, which will give us even more relics, and I think it allows us to possibly train shock troopers a little bit faster. Wait,
why?
This is their capital? It has the ballista tower, so it has to be their capital. It's just nothing. It's like a literal graveyard in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I thought it'd be a little bit more, although I'll admit maybe I should have brought a couple more chaff units. What? Wait, no, you're kidding me. This doesn't count as a siege battle, so the ballista towers never actually fire, except for their normal attacks. That is disgusting. Goodbye, Sturgoy capital, and I think he probably has a...
You lucky bastard. You lucky bastard. I think he would won anyway, but the casualties would be much higher, so right now he can have more men.
Another place that he is recruiting from, so we're just going to be able to destroy that, which as soon as we do, I think he'll be out of the game. Nice. Okay, the Sturgoy guy is dead. We just attacked him when he came back into this city, and my shock troopers are actually just obliterating everything. Gunter the Necrock Lord has been eliminated, conquered by the Dragon Fanatic. Also, now we have fog everywhere, which is sort of annoying. I just fast-forwarded through that, and I didn't realize my lieutenant got instantly obliterated on turn 1 of combat. Okay, also one of my stubborn teams. That's nice.
You see that? You see that damage? 800, if I see...
Instantly obliterated on turn...
768, 447, 826. Those guys don't even have 30 HP.
Okay, also one of my stubborn teams. That's nice. What I am going to do is build a manufactorium all the ways down here. It's kind of obfuscated by the fog. It's going to give me a ton more resources. I think I can recruit from here. And apparently it's required for certain tier 3 Mechanicus units. Oh my goodness. Wait, Maurice the Crab has moved to a new location. This is exciting news, everyone. In honor of this, I'm going to make a
he will not attack you
and only draft 200 people today. So by now we're at turn 50, which means I'm going to show you something very exciting. A big graph. This is the military score, and here we are as the red line. You can see we're doing pretty good, you know, not bad. So let's zoom out a little. Now let's zoom out a little more. I won't spoil who the other colors on the graph are just yet, but know that they are out there and scaling a lot faster than we are.
What are your shot? What do you think? Who were they? In my opinion, the lower was Tyranids, the higher was Nurgle. That's my shots.
So I've actually got enough to do this anoint the shrine to the machine, and I don't know if this is just gonna kill all of the Ecclesiarchy. I hope not. Blessed units now receive regeneration.
Regeneration?
That's 5 HP regen per turn. That's crazy. So now all of my Mechanicus units are going to have, yes, 5% of their total health is going to get regenerated every single turn in combat. Wait, that's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I did not realize this is repeatable. Every time I do this, is it just going to give me another 5% regeneration on all of my guys? The regen does seem to only apply to actual Mechanicus units, but that is still really good. Wait, no, this is bugged. Oh my goodness, this is bugged, but in the best way possible. It's also giving the religious guys regeneration. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna get...
Excuse me? This should... well... not exist anymore. How? How?
Gross. I could also start manufacturing Magoses, and I think these are the big guys that I had at what this guy was originally at the start. So can I just start anointing armies of Magoses, and then they all have like 100% regeneration? This could begin to get very broken very, very quickly. Such is the power of Boris, the Emperor of Mankind, that we can combine the machine religion and the human religion, and it's creating some monstrosity. So now what we can do is equip a Voxcaster. Oh! At first I thought these guys were just good leaders, but apparently what they do instead is they can do artillery batteries to strike anywhere on the map, and at the start of every combat they summon guardsmen. Wait. What? Maurice, what are you doing? Why are you stealing my Mechanicus shrine? He's single-handedly tanking my economy. Well, at least I can anoint this Magos over here, so he is going to just become a normal Magos. Can he turn into something else? No, but he can anoint even more Magoses, and of course he does have that 5% regeneration. All right, my economy...
so every time he will get this thing, he will get like twice more every time? Because he had one, now he could create one, so he has right now two, easy. So he have two, everyone can create one, so later on he will have 4, then 8, 16, 32, oh my sweet lord. We saw what this thing can do alone. But the whole army?
Is kind of insane. We have basically just filled this entire area with bureaucrats. All the other enemies are like somewhere up here, but I have finally assembled a crazy good army where we have this Magos who's equipped with a whole bunch of stuff, our Commissar with silver armor, a star ruby. I don't even know why he has the pyromancy boost, but you know, he just has it now. And constantly floating mirror images. Gunlaug, the exalted hero of Khorne, has been eliminated. The last
Khorne has
was
been
slain
eliminated.
by Enki, the aspiring sorcerer. Another one down. Wait, no, my peacekeepers, my regional ones, they found the crab. No, they just randomly patrolled into it.
Oh,
Maurice.
Maureen,
No, just got killed by a bunch of jobbers with muskets, and this is the only living one. You know what? This regional peacekeeper, Maurice #2. And his will is to take our gigantic Mechanicus units and try and conquer the rest of our entire island. Tancred the Von Karstein has been eliminated by the Lord of Contagion, so we still have the Nurgle and the Zeech guy alive, I think. I've gone pretty far south already looking for actual stuff, but at this point, all we've gotten is basically me just shelling these random desert palaces into dust. We didn't even lose a tithed laborer. Wait, an enemy faction! This is the mechanic guys, I think. Basically, was Skaven. The idea for this video actually came from Reggie, because
Skavens right now in here.
A little bit ago, he mentioned that he was making a video with these guys specifically. Also, we're 5 years in, and I'm finally going to construct the beginning building for our Acolyte here, which is... wait, Blessed Units receive more hit points? No way. Plus 3 HP. And let me guess, is that also going to apply to our Magos? Wait, it's plus 4 HP. What?
How?
I guess it scales based on their max health, but wait a
Why?
minute, this is just crazy. I guess this is as good a time as any to actually try and fight these guys. I think the AI bugged out for this faction because I'm not sure they know what they're actually doing here. The rats have put up essentially no fight whatsoever. The rats did leave this very random hole here, so I imagine this is gonna lead directly into their domain. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we can get a confessor, I believe, and I think this is gonna unlock the next level of our religious tech. Then we can anoint a Sorita's cannon. Oh, she is really big. Oh my god. Then we can claim the mantle
very
of
strange, by the way.
Inquisitor. Oh my god, that guy just got massive. Oh, he's got like a whole retinue now. And then also get a guy who is gonna let us start getting actual psychers. Scry for psychers. Okay, apparently this has a high chance to spawn chaos spawn and then immediately massacre local peacekeeping forces. So let's see. It's gonna spawn this guy. He's like 300 miles away. He has hedge magic and blood magic, and he's insane. Okay, well, I get the feeling that the odds of scrying for psychers to actually work is very, very low. It's either gonna spawn chaos spawn or psychers like, wait, there's 79 units here. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to find this guy, so I think the odds are he's just gonna get obliterated by like a local giant spider. Local psycher eaten by man-eating spiders. Imperium News says, just another normal day. Oh my god, wait, I found the Tyranids. They don't look that strong right now, but I think they're fighting somebody else over here. That also means I have to go through the Tyranids.
So the green one was Tyranids. I still have half a point for that.
To get to my psyker, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. Back in Agartha, I am gonna see if I can just kill their command factory over here. They've got a good number of units, and I think I'm gonna outsnipe their snipers. Okay, and yes, turn one, we immediately snipe his dude, and okay, I think we're gonna be okay here. Holy crap, the amount of AoE, our shock troopers are just killing everything on their own.
Skinheads can barely get to them. This is annihilation of this nation. Jesus Christ.
I'm actually kind of curious to see how many units we're even gonna lose from this. Are we losing shock troopers? I think we're losing a couple. My commissar is miraculously still alive at this point. Oh, he just got hit for 20. I think he's gonna die. He now has battle fright. And he's dead. Okay, well, Commissar,
bye-bye.
he served his purpose pretty well. Oh, I just found an actual psyker, and he's right over here? Oh my goodness, wait, what? So it looks like the buffs are actually different. I've been building a whole bunch of shrines and just anointed our big shrine over here again, and I did not realize that the way it works is there's actually a whole pool of buffs. So now all of our blessed units have fire shield. Anyone attacking us in melee just gets set on fire. Oh, well, it looks like somebody got to my psyker before I did, and he did not last long. One of the other things I've been wanting to do is anoint a Saint Potentia, and she is going to give us a blessing. So she's
another
gonna be
blessing?
able to do level 2 divine magic, yada yada, good pyromancy, and actually this gives me an idea. I have something all the ways down here on one of my heroes that boosts their pyromancy path, so if I can get that up to her, she'll actually be like a decent level pyromancer. Ooh, the necromancer's been eliminated by Anki the Aspiring Sorcerer. I believe.
What is wrong with this Anki? He is on killing spree. Jesus Christ. What is this? What are those two it's like the how to say that those things that are playing the battle? Warhammer? I think so.
I believe this is the last temple buff that I can get. Blessed units have Holy Vengeance. Unholy beings of harming this being will risk having damage inflicted upon themselves as well. So I believe that's all the temples I can get, and that means that at the end of everything, I have Morale +3, Regen 5%, HP +8, Fire Shield 2, Shock Resistance 50%, Awe +1, Strength +1, Divine Protection, Fear, Poison Resist, Magic Resist, Holy Vengeance. Oh my god. The 3 Magic Resist is the craziest one because that puts our Inquisitor up to
not broken at all.
magic resistance, which is like basically resisting every single magical attack in the game. I have also been wanting to build this Valkyrie support grid. It's a pretty funny looking model, but I think the way that this thing works is that I can take that Valkyrie support group and equip one of my Vox casters to just spawn it in for a pre-battle bombardment every single fight. I could be wrong. 2 of my armies are literally just singular Magoses. This guy summons rats at the start of every combat. You know, that's just
Why
what they
rats?
do, I guess. And then this other guy who is basically the same thing, but is also just a super powered Magos. And then the final super mega giga army, which is just a million tanks and war machines. My entire front line is shock troopers, and we instantly vaporize everything. Even a front line of dragons pretty much just melts instantaneously to all the lasgun fire.
Poor animals.
Supposed to have pretty good fire resistance,
poor
and
animals.
It doesn't even matter.
Oh,
my god, I
no.
was trying to bring one of the ruby amulets over to the dude, and my guardsman just got run over by an elephant. I guess I have to do the next best thing, which is to send a Magos to 1v1 the elephant. I'm also gonna start getting the Soritas Novates. So these are just like battle sisters. I guess these versions are pretty weak, but then we can upgrade them into actually decent dudes. 7 units drowned in a shallow sea. 5 units drowned in a shallow sea. Oh my god. My
What
regional
have you done?
peacekeepers are just wandering into the frozen shallow seas, and then the moment it becomes summer again, it thaws and they all fall into the sea and drown. The only reason that has not happened before is because it is never winter down here, so all of these peacekeepers are safe from their own stupidity. But finally, we could use 500 gold and declare one of our battle sisters a living... Whoa, she looks badass now.
Ooh.
Antinius has level 3 divine magic, level 2 pyromancy, and whenever I level that up, it's gonna become level 3 pyromancy. She's immortal.
Immortal?
Wait. Clearly I didn't read something. Only one living thing can be declared. If she dies in combat, her faith will allow her to resurrect once per month. Her only rituals are to construct imperial shrines and purge heresy. Not to mention that she has all the insane blessed buffs that we have right here. Well, obviously we are going to be using her to great effect. I'm going to arm her with an army of flamethrower Adeptus Soritas ladies. Oh my god, it's taken so long. We finally found them. And I think this army is about to get
What?
completely
The model looks so
toasted by the greater
strange.
spawns of Nurgle
The
and
PNG,
the
I mean.
Sparkspringer. Wait, Plague Bearers have 47 health? Oh no. Wait, they're stacking all the same bonuses that I am. They also
no.
have completely busted mechanics for this. What I know I can do is upgrade a Voxcaster off the map and give him air support. There we go. So this Voxcaster is now an air support specialist. So he is going to summon the Valkyrie. Oh, that's cool. Wait, summons 1 to 2 every round, only usable once every 4 rounds? So I could do this multiple times? That's kind of cracked. I do not feel very confident about this fight.
No,
Our spellcasters
you don't have
are
a chance.
actually, again, still pretty insane. It's just that they have
Oh,
a lot more
oh,
higher
no,
health units.
oh,
I mean,
no.
47 health on each of their frontline units is absolutely insane. Well, it was nice having spellcasters while it lasted, which also means welcome back, Psyker. There's another one. So the other thing I know I can do with my Voxcasters is if I build one of these, which is like our super mega giga orbital cannon. Oh my gosh, a lot of attacks. Macro cannon shell, 1 to 100
1 to
damage. What's the
100?
burst 10. Wait, that hits like half the screen. If I move my guy up here to the cannon, I can then link one of the Voxcasters to the artillery cannon. So now we have a Voxcaster artillery specialist. Okay, so this attack is only used during sieges and it only happens once. But if we have a couple of these guys, we can walk into a siege and just decimate the entire place with multiple macro cannons. Holy
getting worse and
crap,
worse.
the number of battles that I'm having every single turn. Wait, this is just the random Psyker, and he's just getting beaten to death by militia.
Poor
that's cool.
Psyker.
A Magos who is wrestling with a crab, or a kraken. A Magos who is
Crab.
decimating the local population of poor people. The entire industrial complex also destroying some poor people. Another Magos destroying some poor people. Even more Magos destroying poor people. And lastly, we have... Oh, a Magos getting absolutely destroyed by Nurgle. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna survive this one. I'm gonna be real.
Poor
I mean,
unit.
he's got good health regeneration, but I don't think he could survive when he is quite
He'll take
literally
a
surrounded
few
by Nurgle.
units,
This
but
is
he will
a
not survive that.
tragedy. I mean, I will say he's taking out quite a number of them. He's definitely holding his own.
Wait.
No way. He's not gonna.
Wait, his health stopped going down. He will win that.
Win this. this, is he? He can't win this. I mean, he's literally fighting a level 2 spellcaster. He is not a spellcaster in of himself. I think he's gonna win. And if he doesn't, he is going to destroy everything. Oh my god. No way.
He won.
He won. That's disgusting. Oh, he's fighting. He's fighting the regeneration right now. He's poisoned. Oh my god, he lived. Okay, that was just straight up evil that he was able to win that. It also means that I'm probably going to keep him in this army for the time being because he almost lost that and I really don't want to lose Magos right now. Oh my god, I just realized I made a horrible mistake. My Lord Inquisitor is completely trapped on this island. It's because I can't actually put him in ships because his model is too large, so he can never sail outside of this island right here.
He
Wait,
will
I just
protect
realized,
this island.
why do I have a long dead in my army? I've just got one zombie that randomly converted. I don't even know how that's possible. Well, in any case, it's time to actually send our units into some kind of fighting. I can now give our super mega giga lady, who is just flying ahead of the rest of the army like a complete badass. I can now give this her ring, so now she's a level 3 pyromancer and a level 3 divine magic. Unfortunately, she doesn't have any level 3 pyromancy spells, but we're basically fine. It does allow her to cast more level 2 spells anyways. Oh my god, I think we just found the main Nurgle army. Each and every one of these Nurglings is not only extremely slow, but they are blessed, so they are going to get those pretty decent combat bonuses. Beasts of Nurgle, Plague Toads, Rot Flies. They don't have that many spellcasters, which is at least kind of nice, but hopefully our artillery is able to take care of most of the bad stuff. Alright, I don't know if this is going to be a mistake, but I am going to attack in with all the lads into the giant
I don't think they will win that. Not this time.
Probably is higher quality than all these random demons. Alright, lads, let's see it. Actually, I think we're kind of fortunate because their front line is moving a lot faster than the rest of their units. All these Nurglings have half speed, so they only take one action every 2 turns. And holy crap, we are shredding everything else. Oh my goodness. Our shock troopers and tanks are just moving forward and destroying everything. Oh, this is so beautiful.
You only win that because they cannot move to you. They're too slow. Oh, poor Nurglings. Oh, we know that Nurglings are very slow. But generally, units of Nurgle are slow. Tanky, but slow. Oh no, poor Nurglings.
Thought we were gonna at least take some casualties, but I think our Storm Chimera are just ridiculous. 134 kills on the Storm Chimera and 109 on the Shock Troopers. So we did run into a level 3 spellcaster, and it's this old wizard over here. Now, what I'm really curious about, though, is this is the army with the artillery specialist and the air support specialist. So what happens on round... Oh, okay, we just airstrike them for like half the units in the garrison. It's actually crazy because if he gets off one spell, he can acid rain or flamestorm 50 people. Unfortunately, he will not be getting off that one spell because we have like 700 machine guns. Oh my god! Okay, he actually did get off that one spell. So he vaporized. Oh my goodness, and he just did it again. Yeah, these guys are very, very dangerous. I'm also kind of not sure why we can't just kill him. There we go. And then I also attacked Nurgle up here in a ziggurat, but I don't think they're really going to have much luck because honestly, this is probably the most favored location for us to siege. And as you can see, yes, everything is just immediately obliterated. And once again, my Super Mega Giga Army pretty much just annihilates the entirety of this Nurgle force too. I did also bring down our Living Saint, and she is basically just sprinting headfirst into combat. Yeah, she really doesn't care. I don't even think she's killable at this point. And even if she does die, she's immortal. The Nurgle dude is trying to hit her with withers or plagues or even blindness. I don't even think any of that stuff affects her. Not to mention that she is backed up by a gigantic army of sisters that are all wielding flamethrowers. Okay, well, this guy is probably not going to survive. Wait, he just killed their leader. Wait, that's crazy. My random guardsman scout was able to completely halt this advance of a bunch of Nurglings because he just shot the leader. And the other army that I've decided to create is quite literally a gigantic blob of Mechanicus nonsense. The only units here are just Engine Seers, Rune Priests, and Magoses. And now I get to watch my Mechanicus units just Doomslayer their their way through every single nerdling, and I don't even think they've been hit a single time. Oh, there we go. They just out-regenerate the getting hit anyways. At this point, most of the fights against Nurgle is just basically a whole bunch of tanks rolling through gigantic droves of Nurglings, and we are basically evaporating every single thing as it comes at us. What I'm more worried about...
The path of his way is written in blood of Nurglings. Oh no. It's a very bad blood. Ew.
About now is the Tzeentch faction, because I assume they're probably somewhere further up here. They're still alive. They haven't died yet. So I've been scaling my economy. You can see we have 500 income. This is absurd levels of money. I'm basically just building these Mechanicus foundries every single place that I can, filling them with iron mines, relic producers, anything I can get. So we are just turning this entire continent into a forge world. I also noticed that these Nurglings are on a mountain spire, so we can use this to head up into... Okay, I don't think there's really anything here. I really don't want to be up here in the mountains, because if any one of these clouds dissipates, all my guys will fall to the ground and die because they fell like 6 miles. Even just one random brave commissar is enough to basically steamroll most of these Nurglings. I did not realize how absolutely terrible they are. They move at half speed every combat, so that means that we get 2 turns for every 1 turn they get, which basically means they have no chance. If it wasn't indicative of how insanely fast we're scaling, in 1 turn, I am going to build 1, 2, 3, and 4 new manufactoriums. Oh my god, these armies are getting ridiculous. There's 470...
What's the difference? With army of yours, you're just steamrolling them. Why? Because they cannot hit you. That's the difference. The only difference is in time. It will take you a little bit more time, but they cannot touch you. Jesus.
Units in here. This can't be effective. Also, it looks like we finally found Nagash. Unfortunately, I don't think the AI understands how to play him correctly, and he's still level 1 with not much to show. I mean, I say that, but he also immediately has access to double level 3 necromancy spells, so that is immediately pretty... He has 1,041 kills. I forgot that I could look at that. Oh, okay, well, I guess I know where the Tzeentch armies are now. I scried for a Psyker. Unfortunately, he is not been placed in the best of situations. Oh, we got ambushed in the sea by a moonhorn. Oh, okay, yeah, this army is most assuredly dead. Wait, what? How are we alive? Also, how are these guys running away? They're running away to nowhere. You're in the middle of the ocean.
To the water.
I think my perspective telepath almost won this fight. I think he got a whopping 1 kill. Wait, no, he didn't. He got 0. Meanwhile, I have an army of just a couple of guardsmen over here, and they just run through and vaporize the entirety of the Nurgle army. The walking pox has been eradicated from a farm. I wonder if Nurgle spreads diseases and then those diseases spawn units. Something I haven't been doing is that I can actually purge...
By the way, where's Anki? We haven't heard from him anything for a few good minutes, and I'm starting to worry that he will just pop out with army of million units. And this is very possible. I think so. At least.
Reticle temples, so there we go. I just purged... Wait, what? It becomes a plane? Okay, well now I have a plane in the middle of the ocean. That's cool. I could build like a bastion there. Wait, during that fight, my commissar lost an eye, has a chest wound, and has a debilitating wound, and he's still alive. Augustus the commissar. I mean, Augustus didn't hear no bell, so he's gonna go fight 400 Nurglings. I don't think he's gonna win this fight. Augustus the commissar, how many enemies can you guys take out?
If he will win...
is not that many. Okay, I probably should have seen that coming. He fought well. Oh,
too tanky.
He fought. Oh, what is going on here? I forgot there's a Mechanicus and a Cult of Mars, I think. Adeptus Mechanicus faction, basically. Myrmidon Destroyer. These guys actually look pretty scary. The problem seems to be with Nurgle that they're a really, really slow melee faction, and we are a really, really heavy projectile faction with huge range. There is a pretty cool modded faction unit over here. It's called the Heart of the Engine. It does 1 to 3 fire fire damage every round of the whole battlefield. Unfortunately, for the heart of the engine, I am attacking with 6 fire-immune, wall-scaling, regenerating Mechanicus monstrosities. They are straight up. Oh, I think I'm winning. All I know is that my Mechanicus guys are out-regenerating all the damage that is being done to them. Okay, I can understand why Nurgle wasn't able to fight this guy. He is literally just destroying the entire battlefield. So Nagash and his army is right here. So I am going to have my guardsman army attack Nagash, and then my more mech army attack his capital. Okay, so for the actual fight against Nagash, I'm a little concerned because, let's see, level 3 spellcasting, Black Death diseases the entire battlefield. Soul Drain basically kills all my guys. Yeah, so he has the possibility of just... Wait, my random guardsman scout just insta-killed him with a sniper rifle.
How lucky you must be that a random goddamn unit snipe other unit from the enemy team that would annihilate you. Kleaper, you are one lucky bastard right now. I must say that you are one lucky bastard that... Oh! Yeah, that's not completely broken. That random unit destroyed, especially that one unit that could destroy your army. Jesus Christ, dude. How? How?
Died instantly. Wait a minute, I gotta play the back. Nagash has 21 health, and I hit him for 26, but the gun only does up to 17 damage, I think. So that means I rolled precisely a crit on Nagash, and then we proceeded to just vaporize his entire army. I can't imagine the Nagash's R thing was any different. No, it's my front line just tanking every single ballista shot, and then a whole bunch of miniguns vaporize everything. Nagash is dead, and I wanted to know what happened. His faction is really strong, except it's gated behind taking over a special site called the Black Pyramid, which is supposed to spawn nearby. So where is that pyramid located? Oh no, really random island in the bottom left corner of the map. Lucky for us, unlucky for Nagash. But even as we catch up to the Nurgle faction's power, neither of us are even close to Enki the Sorcerer of Tzeentch. I did notice a gateway over here. We can see what's on the other side. Oh my goodness, it goes all the way over to here. This is the first casualty I've taken against Nurgle in a while, and it's a single tithe laborer. For a fight that looks like this. Wait a minute. No way. What is this army? It's just 1,000
million of Nurglings human wave tactics. One question. Does they have even more health? Due to blessings, as we can solve. If there will be a little bit more tanky, this will be a huge problem. A little bit of more tanky, because then they will be able to get to the front line, to Kleaper front line, and this will be huge issue.
Nurglings. It is a truly staggering number of Nurglings, and the fact that we are just going to plow through all of them because they're too slow to move before we shoot. How many kills did each of my guys get during this fight? There's like one shock trooper who has just gone full crazy mode. 316 kills from the shock troopers. My one Voxcaster got 86. So I've started fighting the Mechanicus armies, and fortunately, I mean, these guys in the front actually have a whole lot of different attacks, but even with a ton of health that they surprisingly don't have any fire resistance, although they are really tanky. Yeah, they don't die very quickly.
Well, what can we see? You didn't bring enough fire resistance to this battle. Skill issue.
I did send my sisters over here, and actually, this fight is probably a lot scarier. We should be okay. I find it pretty funny that they have all these Giselles, or all of these Rangers. These guys use assassination strikes, just like my guys, so they try and target the backline. Unfortunately, my backline doesn't matter because my Living Saint literally leads from the front. Actually, wait a minute. I say that, but she's actually kind of getting
she's dying.
sauced. I think her being in the front is probably a bad thing. There are so many different effects in all the units. I have like poison times 11. What is happening? Okay, my Living Saint just got obliterated. Who is doing this? Wait. Gold Arcana spells, Sunbeam. This is like a completely new lore of magic. 1 to 14 magic damage with 8 range and 3 strikes? Wait, these guys are insane. Go, my sisters of battle, go!
Oh, this
they're
will
not
be
very
hard.
strong, but there are a lot of them. And wait, they're regenerating. They're just coming back over and over again. Look at this garbage. My sisters just keep getting back up. They refuse to be put down. They are animal. Oh my god. This is so...
We have a proof of the word nope. You will not no. But I took all your nope. But I'm shooting you anyway. Nope.
Crazy. Just keep regenerating. They're not dying. What is happening? What is this? Wait. Did I lose? I couldn't even tell. Oh my god, I lost, but the sisters kept resurrecting so often that they killed all but 2 of the enemy units.
Only
the
2.
enemy got 576 kills. My army only has 108 guys.
How many times they resurrect?
The sisters literally got up from the graves 400 times. That is pretty dang bad, though, that we just lost our main sister. I mean, it's not like we have more. Fortunately, Antonius is basically back up. The immortality thing is pretty nice. Wait. I forgot about that. I set an auto recruitment thing to, I think just automatic. I think it's gone now because the cannon has died, but it was an automatic recruitment for making sisters. So how many did it actually create? Oh my god. Well, fortunately, it seems like we have a couple more sisters of battle who are ready to join the cause. Each and every one of them has regeneration, which means they will just get back up from the dead and they don't care. Wait. That's why. Oh my god, this makes so much sense now. I was so confused because my army kept having long dead. I don't have necromancers. My sisters of battle are so dedicated to the faith that they literally just got up, turned into zombies, and kept fighting. Anyways, fortunately, I have the money to just appoint a new canoness, and she can appoint a new saint over here. Wait, blessed units now receive more hit points. Oh, I totally forgot. Anointing a saint gives us a buff. Well, the thing is, this guy did kind of steal the gem that I really need to give my immortal lady to give her level 3 pyromancy, so I've kind of got to go attack again. Oh, I think this is it. The first we're seeing of the Zeech. That's a lot of Chaos Marines. Okay, well, this is just an entire army of Chaos.
26 health, 9 strength, morale 99, of course, because, well, they hurt cultists that are Space Marines. Marines. I mean, Chaos Cultic Marines. Whatever, you know what I mean. Magic resistance 7, armor 3, rank mid, kill. Okay, Infernal Bolter. I would say they're meh.
Space Marines. Fortunately, their blessings are kind of garbage, but the fire resistance is sort of scary. All right, fortunately, our tanks are insanely powerful, but oh my god, they've managed to kill actually a pretty decent amount of my shock troopers just with just this guy. Why is he so strong? You can see on the left that every single attack of mine is just doing 0 damage. I think it's because he's on the wall, and the wall is giving him like +3 or +4 damage reduction, and then everything else is giving him more damage reduction. And also, he is firing like a literal minigun. But finally, I think their faction leader is going to be dead. Wait, my guard lieutenant survived, got all the equipment that I needed, and now he is blind and has a death wish. Wait, I have libraries, so I can actually recruit the spellcasters of Elysium, which apparently are so much better than my garbage psycasters. All of my warp dudes take forever to train, and they're just absolute trash. So I'm pretty sure I can just walk her over here, visit the library, immediately perform Ritual of Mastery, and boom, now she can cast level 2 magic. Oh wait, I didn't even realize this guy's still alive. It's the Dragon Fanatic. I'm gonna be real, I thought he died. I mean, his army is straight up dragonflies with water.
Dragon Fanatic with Dragonfly. Didn't say it, but he's morale 99. That's the only thing good thing that he have. Hit points 1, strength 1. This is garbage.
1 HP. Otherwise, his army is just... Okay, well, this just looks like the furry wolf from that one meme. I sent my Magos over here to fight this beholder,
I didn't
but
need to see
wait,
that.
no, I was wondering how I lost this battle. It's because he mind-controlled my Magos? Okay, and then he just snapped that one for 900 damage, and the beholder is literally just killing everything. Okay. These guys are like the most expensive unit I physically have access to. This is costing me so much money, which is probably the reason that I made an army of about 18 more of them. We're also starting to fight the actual armies of Nurgle, although the cultists themselves are basically evaporating instantly. It's the Chaos Space Marines that are a little more frightening, especially because I think when they die, they can reassemble themselves. I'm sorry. What is this? Oh my god. Okay, well, this is just another...
Okay. Some those of Chaos Marines, that was pretty scary, I must say that, but nothing to be really afraid of. But this is scary.
They're like 300 Chaos Space Marines. That's not very good. My shock troopers could basically just buzzsaw through most of these standard infantry, but as soon as we start getting to like the rubric Marines here, I'm not sure we could beat basically an army of like 300 of these guys, because they could survive for a lot longer than anybody else. My tanks are actually only just barely able to live because they keep regenerating over and over again. So I would like to say 4 words that I think are more horrifying than anything I've ever heard before. I've got an idea. I haven't really visited my capital in a long time. I kind of forgot about it, and as soon as I did, I realized that's a lot of units. Turns out I had set like a whole bunch of administrative ordinance to just keep mustering laborers, and this was the result. It's it just keeps going. It continues. Okay, come on, we gotta get to the end soon. There we go. Oh my god. Now, unfortunately, if I put these guys in one... Okay, I'm not doing that again. Unfortunately, if I put all those guys in one army, there would be no ranged units that could reach from the back, except for one. Guardsmen, sharpshooters. They have almost no health, and their abilities are assassination abilities, so they only target the rear ranks and have infinite range. So what if I put a bunch of sharpshooters behind 3,800 tithed laborers? It would not be possible to lose. Well, unless they have an AoE mage. But we'll just pretend that doesn't exist. I also killed what I think is probably Nurgle's biggest army. All of their beasts are just too slow to do anything to our army. Tzeentch is really the only big threat right now. All right, this might be the greatest army I've ever made. All my sharpshooters are going to go first. They are going to assassinate instantly the enemy general, and then it begins. I have one line of shock troopers, and I assume my snipers should be able to do something. No. What's going on? Why are my snipers not shooting? Oh my goodness, do they only shoot once? Oh,
I think it's only one time.
I am just losing everyone. Every single laborer. All of them. How many laborers did I lose in this fight? What happened? Okay, guys, I know it says that I lost 1,515 guys, but I won, and that's what matters. Also, I sent my battle sisters in to destroy this random fort, and oh my, wait, did she just walk in and kill everyone? I don't even know what ability she used. Okay, well, also the Archmagos of Mars has been eliminated by Anki. That's probably a sign of the next biggest thing we have to fight if it wasn't already obvious. Honestly, surprisingly, our best units right now are just the guardsmen, even though we can mass them pretty fast. They can actually beat some of the basic Tzeentch stuff, but honestly, the hardest part that we're fighting is just the insane amount of Chaos Space Marines backed up by spellcasters. We can kill pretty much everything, but these guys over here, these Chaos Demon Princes, are completely immortal, so when we kill them, they're just going to reform somewhere else. They've also got 100% fire resistance, so we can't just snipe them with all of our lasgun snipers at the start of every combat, so they are going to get at least a couple of spells off, and level 3 void magic is really, really terrifying. Alright, it's time for two of probably the most important fights we've had so far. One against this guy, the big demon prince, one against the 300 Rubric Marine army, and then another random miscellaneous one up here against another Rubric Marine army. I'll do the smallest battle first, and I think we're gonna do pretty well here. We're gonna lose a couple of shock troopers, but otherwise not too bad. Then we'll do the one against all the different Chaos Marines, where, I mean, hopefully our tank should be able to just plow through everything. They're gonna die, but they should get back up. Oh my god, these regenerating tanks are actually disgusting. They just keep coming back. I mean, otherwise we are losing basically every single one of our shock troopers. Oh my god, they are buzzsawing through everything. These Rubric Marines are insane. I mean, I don't know how much we're actually going to lose at the end of the fight. You can see that my machines are just constantly reassembling themselves. So if we didn't have that, I think we would have just lost. Yeah, we lost almost all of our front line in that fight. And now the big one against John Chaos Demon himself. This guy is immune to fire, so you can see he's just going to basically not care about any of these shots that we shoot at him with all of our sharpshooters. That is really annoying. Oh wait, actually, what kind of magic does he have? Drum roll. Uh-oh. Mind Vortex is map-wide paralyzed. Strange Dimensions is map-wide ethereal for friendlies. Meteor is scary. And Strange Whom is more paralyzation. That's great. He's probably going to cast map-wide spells then. And we've got quite a number of targets.
We're waiting for
their entire front line is now ethereal, so that's actually pretty scary. Oh, there's the map-wide paralyzed. You can see half my stuff just got paralyzed.
Could be worse.
Fortunately, wait, what just happened? Oh my god, okay. This is going a little too fast. This is going a little too fast for me.
Where is he?
Occurring? Okay, all their guys are super low. My Magos are just getting up from the dead constantly, so I think that's keeping them back. All of my light machine guns are paralyzed right now. I really need to just kill this guy. As soon as he dies, this fight is actually a joke. Unfortunately, I think he can teleport or something, because he's just teleporting all around. And there's another map-wide confusion. Oh my god, all the units in gray are just all paralyzed. Wait, that's like most of my army right now. This battle is actually taking forever. I'm so glad that I have all these Basilisk artillery.
I wonder why you're regenerating. Your units are regenerating, but you mainly deal damage to the Chaos Prince, and you're dealing damage, fire damage, mostly, and the Chaos Prince is immune to fire, so to your damage. It's like repeating the battle over and over and over with the same thing. Is this some kind of definition of insanity?
Pieces, or else I'm not sure we'd be doing any damage right now. Literally everyone is shooting him. Every single unit I have is shooting this Chaos Demon Prince, and he is refusing to die. Why is this the case? I think it's because he has high magic resist. Oh no, it's because of the fire resistance. None of the lasguns can do any damage because they all do fire damage. Okay, come on. He's actually so low. Just kill him. Just kill him. And even then, he's just gonna get out. Okay,
finally.
The worst part is that he is going to eventually get up from the dead. But as for all the rest of his units, I'm pretty sure that we will just end up clearing most of the Rubric Marines. They are also reassembling themselves. This is such a disgusting fight. Unfortunately, it doesn't say how many kills the Demon Prince got, but I have a feeling it is a sizable amount. We lost all of our shock troopers, most of our sharpshooters, almost all of our peacekeepers, all of our guardsmen, and pretty much all of our other leaders. And if that seemed bad, we are going to have to fight him again. again at some point, along with all of the other chaos demons that are just endlessly respawning. What just happened? I just got 10,000 iron. What? Wait, what happened? The spoils of war was worth 0 gold and 3,370 iron. These spoils of war was worth 0 gold and 5,870 iron. And then a whole bunch of other really good stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know you could get that from spoils of war. So now I have 10,000 iron to just build basilisk artillery with, and I've already got my 18 Magos here who can all start spamming them out. It's a good thing that during sieges, the AI tends to put its spellcasters right on the front of the walls, so I think we could just immediately kill... Wait, what is happening? Okay, well, we just immediately killed the level 3 Necromancer and then bulldozed everything else. Meanwhile, I've pretty much just got big squads of shock troopers that are trying to kill these level 3 caster demons. I think that... Wait, Meteor Shower covers 15% of the battlefield, and it does 1 to 40 damage. What? Wait, that sounds like an insane spell. Wait, if he can actually cast that spell, it's gonna vaporize a huge amount of my stuff. I think, fortunately, he's getting completely... Oh, well, there it goes.
What the hell happened?
There it was. The Hive Tyrant has been eliminated by me, and I think Nurgle is dead by Tzeentch. Which means the only real factions left in this fight is Tzeentch, and for some reason, the Mushroom guy is also not dead. Oh, and the Dragon Furry guy in the north. I am quite literally putting the finishing touches on the pathogenic video during the end of turn phases of this game. Oh my god. There's so many fights. Why did I think making the map 100 by 100 would be a good idea? That was the dumbest thing I could have possibly done. You know, at this point, I have so much money and so much income that I have just been trying to think of the most ridiculous armies I can possibly make, and I think I've beat everything else that I've tried. And it is explicitly with this army down here because I had to do some thinking. What kind of a front line is better than 2,000 unarmed soldiers? Actually, they're not even soldiers, they're just workers. The answer is actually pretty simple. It's about 150 engine seers. Because of all of our blessings, these guys are stupidly tanky, and also the entire enemy army is gone. Primarily because behind these engine seers is about 20 different artillery pieces that immediately destroy the entire battlefield as soon as the battle starts. Apparently there was one corn citadel left, and just in the very corner of the map, their turn is, you know, they fire a couple of ballista shots at me. Oh no, what am I gonna do? What about all my Voxcasters that can call in artillery strikes? Well, they are going to call in artillery strikes and literally destroy everything on turn 1. I just realized this Runeseer army is immune to ambushes because it looks like this. It starts all the way back here, and then it just keeps going forever and ever. The enemy units can't ambush my backline because my backline is about 300 tiles away from my front line. Also, we're finally encountering the Myconid guy, and his units are really, really cool. Unfortunately...
What is this thing? What is this? Who's the pun guy? What the hell, game?
I don't think they're better than my units. Okay, this should be one of the last actual battles of the campaign because I have fought so many thousands of Tzeentch dudes, probably 10,000 at least. What's going on? I just realized I think his guy has Meteor Shower. Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm very sorry to the guardsmen that are getting completely pummeled by the meteors, but he is dead, and then we can just clean up the rest of the guys, and thank God. Easy. Making this map 100 by 100 was such an astronomically bad move. I have so much money. I have so many units. I just stopped producing stuff at some point. I think I just have auto rituals going on. Like, I just left this place alone, and this is what's here now. Not to mention that at random spots all over the map are just these sporadic groups of like several thousand tithe laborers. There's so many. And now that demon prince that we just killed has respawned on his capital, and we can finally try and finish him off. One volley of ballistas, and then we just completely destroy everything. I also siege down the final Necroc Tower, I think like the second to last one or something like that, and basically the same thing. In no ambiguous terms, I have won.
Oh.
I don't remember how much time exactly this took, but it was no less than 40 hours. So one full work week of
40
pretending to have a
hours?
real job. Thanks for watching. See ya.
See ya, see ya. Take a break. Oh my sweet lord. Hello, Pheromone. Oh my sweet lord.